Good morning to you all. How are you doing today on this beautiful Monday morning? I'm actually amazing. The day is gorgeous here in Gran Canaria, Spain. I just wanted to share some thoughts and ideas around giving, being of service to others, being selfish, and self-care. All this comes because yesterday was our last day. Mercy, my wife, it was our last day yesterday volunteering at an organization that tends and gives services to homeless people or people who have very little resources. And we made this decision with a lot of care. It wasn't made quickly and we decided that the decision was best for us right now because the time that we are giving to the organization, it's about between 4 and 5 hours every Sunday morning, is time that we can really use and we can be very productive with right now in this phase of planning and taking action for the next steps, next stages in our life. Now, it's a bit difficult because I've been volunteering with this organization for almost a year now, so you get to know these people very well. They really become friends. You really get to know and understand what they're going through, what they're dealing with, the internal battle and struggle, and really how their life is no different than ours, no different than mine. I've learned so much from the experience. And I just want to say that to me, it's important to understand that, when we are giving, when we are of service to people, is to do what you can where you can and not get consumed by the magnitude of whatever situation that you want to change or that you want to make a difference in or to. This is something that I'm learning, or I have learned almost a year ago, because there was some time, like several years, where I've fallen off of the nonprofit organization world of volunteering and being on committees, because I was so consumed with wanting to make such a big impact that I wasn't doing anything at all. So finally, my wife and I decided that we're going to do what we can where we can, and that's how we started volunteering for this organization. And it's such an amazing, beautiful experience to have that connection to do what we can. I can't say if we've changed the lives of anyone or nobody. I have no idea, but I do know that there are people who were grateful for the time that we gave and the energy that we gave to them, and it was expressed with very kind, loving words and very kind gifts from the people who, again, have little to nothing, but that's how they want to share their gratitude. And so to me, it's very important that we do what we can where we can, not to receive gifts or accolades. I guess that the point of this saying is people were showing us how they're grateful for that, which for us may have not seemed like enough, but to someone else, it meant the world to them. On the flip side of that is there was a little bit of guilt that came along with that decision, because we do understand that the role that we played in their lives on those Sundays, and me before, when I was actually a bit more active and I was giving workshops on how to prepare for an interview, how to prepare your resume, your CV, how to embody more confidence, how to prepare yourself psychologically, mentally for the interactions of the day, how to not let your problems consume you. I was really working very deep with them, and I did get to know them a lot, and they got to know me, and we've learned from each other. And so to make that decision to take care of ourselves was a bit hard. And it still does feel, we do feel a little bit guilty, but we have to remind ourselves that right now is a moment for ourselves that we can use that extra time on the weekends when we have that time block, all day long, Saturday and Sunday, to really plan and be vigilant and take action for our next steps. Because understanding that when we are at our best, me and Mercy are at our best, we are at the best for our family, our friends, those around us, and for ourselves, right? And so this is not we're never going to volunteer again. That's impossible for us. It will happen again in due time. Right now, we need to be selfish. Right now, we need self-care to make sure that we are leveraging that time that we have to really catapult forward and take those steps forward. And so that's the only thing that I want to leave you with, you guys, is to think about, is if you have that desire, that urge to help or reach out, don't get lost in trying to do something so big or cure all the world's problems or solve all the world's problems right now. Do what you can right now. If you have 50 cents, give 50 cents. If you see a street performer, give them some change. At least they're not robbing or stealing. They're performing, they're giving us an art to listen to enjoy, right? If you have extra food, make us extra, some sandwiches for people that you may pass a homeless person on the street. You don't have to give all of yourself. But at the same time, don't try and be flaky and use I need self-care. Brian said, I need self-care. I need to take care of myself first. And to always Heisman every single person and say, oh, I'm sorry, I need self-care. You understand connect with yourself, check in with yourself. You know what is it you can and cannot give. You know when you feel a bit overwhelmed. You know, it's also, even though you might give a little here and a little there, those little bits of giving do add up. So if you feel as a whole that you are giving a lot and you really don't have enough for yourself to take care of yourself, then slow down a little bit, pull back and understand and just know that what you are doing is enough. If you want to do more and you can do more, give more time, donate more of your clothes, your things. If you want to donate money, if you have the money and you only have 50 cents or 10 cents or whatever it is, you give what you can. You know, and just one last thing that I'll end on is one of the gentlemen, the gift that he gave us was a beautiful yellow rose and a single bottle of white wine for us to share. It was beautifully, carefully wrapped in newspaper. That's what he could give. That's what he could give to us. And that was such a beautiful gesture. You can tell the care that he put into that. And so the idea is that we give what we can and we share that love, we share that appreciation to others, and because we don't know how it's going to affect others. So I am deeply touched by the experience that we had and by the generosity of the people who have literally, at least monetarily, economically, and physically material things less than we do, but are so full of love and heart. And so I just encourage you to give what you can, when you can, how you can, and just have a smoking day.